I'm ready. Where you're not even seeing that side of your face. Quit playing with your face and clap.
1, 2, 3, clap. You're horrible.
1, 2, 3, clap. God, I can't believe how off it is. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Disclaimer, everything we say is a joke.
Lane said we argue every episode.
That comes later in the episode. We've had a couple of coffee. Fuck you, Natalie. Fuck you.
Because I told him in this last one we argued a little bit. He's like, y'all arguing every one. And I was like, we do.
He probably thinks arguing is, you know what I mean.
Oh my God, the kids
They
are
probably don't consider it arguing.
the kids are so sensitive.
Yeah.
Jason and I can disagree on something. They're like, stop fighting. How can I make him agree with me? Don't argue.
Is he bleeding? If he's not bleeding, we're not fighting.
They actually call it fighting.
And they've seen y'all fight, so.
No, they haven't.
Yes, they have.
They have?
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember the last time we fought.
I know you don't.
Oh, yeah. Did you pull up the thingy?
Mm-hmm.
You did?
I did. Do you have your headphones in?
What do you mean? No. Are you having issues with my voice?
No, I just heard a slight echo. I think it's fine.
Probably when I moved forward. Now I'm moving backward. Now I'm moving forward.
It was myself echoing. I don't think it had anything to do with it. It's reflecting off my caverns. So what are we talking about? Okay, topic for today: kids, entertainment, and media, movies, TV. Don't we always talk about this?
I think it comes up every time. What?
That's what books are for. Don't read the questions.
We read.
At what point should entertainment for kids start to incorporate more complex, thought-provoking themes?
What entertainment? Well, I guess books could be entertainment.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what books are for. TV shows, there's no thought-provoking in that shit. It's all for the moronic masses.
Linus asked me one day, because he wants to beef up his testing scores, like, what do I need to increase to do to increase my vocabulary? And I said, read.
The only way.
Read.
No other way.
That's the number one way to beef up your vocabulary. Read.
What do you say? Never mind.
No, he asked me for suggestions.
More complex gamers.
Right. He asked me for suggestions on what to read. I'm like, go look at your summer reading lists that I give you every year. Everything on there. Actually read Lord of the Flies this time.
You really want to expand your vocabulary, read Henry Miller. I still read that, and I'm like, what the fuck does that word mean? Jesus.
He's
That
reading
guy.
a book by Truman Capote for class.
Oh, that's good. Which one? In Cold Blood.
Yes, that one. I haven't read
Daisy's
it.
been reading that on her own.
Okay, that's cool. He can talk to her about it.
It's about serial killers. Or not, I guess they were mass murderers.
Mm.
It's true. It's like a journalism thing. So
Uh,
she's like, you made it sound so boring. I'm like, because Truman apparently fell in love with one of the guys while he was interviewing him. He was in prison, you know. But that's the
Truman was in prison?
no,
Uh,
the mass murderer
well,
was, and he was interviewing him about it. And I think he fell in love with him. That's what they say anyway.
mm.
But I'm like, it's gonna be good. Truman Capote wrote it. Like, he's a fucking amazing writer. So, even if the story's boring, it's gonna be a good book. That's good though. They're making him read that in class.
He got to pick. She gave a list of books.
He's reading that one.
That was the one he picked.
Cool. I think he'll like it. Does he know Truman?
Crime and Punishment was on the list too. I'm like, how can you have that on the list with In Cold Blood? Like, why would someone pick Crime and Punishment over that? Because it's way longer.
Hopefully that's not why they're picking. Crime and Punishment's supposed to be important.
But it's not an easy read.
No, I read it.
I read it too. It was actually really good. I liked it. I didn't like the beginning. It took me a long time. It took me months to read it because it was so slow. But once you got like maybe midway into it, it picked up.
I don't know. I didn't enjoy the premise at all.
Really? You're
It was
silly.
all about guilt. I'm like, I don't get it. This is boring. Get over it. So what?
I don't know. I thought it gave some insight into how normal people feel about things. I'm always curious about that. Like, is this activity that I'm doing now considered normal or not?
Yeah, I couldn't get into it. Now, Notes from Underground. That was the same writer, and that book's fucking amazing. It's also very short, but one of my favorites.
I don't remember that one. I'm pretty sure I read it, but I don't remember it. Of course, a lot.
I mean,
I may have actually read it at the same time as the other one, so then I mix them together.
No, they're completely different.
I know. I do that with all my books.
They, I mean, people consider that fucking, what's that one with Holden? Catcher in the Rye. They all think it's so edgy.
I've never read that one.
You're not missing anything.
Okay.
They're like, wow, this is how teenage angst really is. I'm like,
The Red Badge of Courage was better than I thought it was going to be.
Which one?
The Red Badge of Courage.
Yeah, that was good.
That one was better than I thought it would be.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not appealing from the cover. When you read it, like, oh, okay.
That's the one that Luke read this past summer.
Mm-hmm. Daisy's reading something for school. What's it called? I'm going to have to look at it. So I can bitch at him if it has gay people in it.
Why?
They're not allowed to talk about gay people anymore. So.
They're not? I mean, Trump said as long as they're male or female, it's okay.
He said everyone at school's going around saying that they're all female now because the way they defined it, like technically everyone would be a female.
How'd they define it?
I don't know. She was saying like your chromosomes at conception or something. And I guess everything's female until further down the line. So everyone's walking around like,
Oh, at
oh, girl.
conception, yeah. Yes. Kids are so goofy. That sounds like something we would.
She's pretty pissed about it. She's ready to move now out of the country.
She's pissed about Trump doing that.
Just about him winning. And I mean, she's in a journalism class, an English class, a history class now, and that's all they're talking about in all these classes.
Yeah, but it was her generation that voted for him.
What? She can't vote.
The older part of her generation.
No, it was not.
The kids voted for him. Everyone voted for him.
No, the youth overwhelmingly did not, but more so than they had in the past.
Yes.
The Democrats have to put someone up who's not a fucking corporate stool, like fucking.
Did you watch the inauguration?
No, but Daisy watched the whole thing. I was like, why would you do that?
Yeah. I haven't watched any inauguration, so I can't really say I purposely didn't watch it. I don't watch this.
Fucking boring. They're supposed to be boring anyway.
They are?
I think so. I don't think people should be interested in them.
Don't ask me. I'm not.
I mean, that's the trouble, and you get all these fucking idiots that say, I don't really follow politics, but, and then proceed to tell you their completely uninformed opinion. Like, you said you follow politics, so shut the fuck up. You're not entitled to an opinion.
Go follow politics and then tell me what you
Right. Understand the nuances and the things you're talking about. Not just be like, I don't follow politics, but I think all Mexicans should be deported. Shut the fuck up. You're just using this as an excuse to tout your racism, you fucking moron.
Yeah. And people shouldn't be able to get on welfare because all they do is buy fur coats and walk around the stores in their high heels.
I've seen it. I've seen people
driving their Mercedes. Like, really?
No, you fucking haven't.
How much do you think they get?
God forbid they make a nice meal now. We're not paying them to eat good. They're eating the corn out of my shit. I'm better than them. Fucking assholes.
There's one of my pet peeves.
This is the book she's reading, The Things They Carried, by Tim O'Brien.
What's it about? That's what I was looking at.
It's a groundbreaking meditation on war, memory, imagination, and the redemptive power of storytelling. That sounds boring.
It really does.
It's about Vietnam. It might be good. I don't know.
So here were the novels. Is this it? Yeah, In Cold Blood was one he could have picked, which he did. Brave New World by Aldous Huxley.
Aldous Huxley. We read that in high school.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Picture.
That's like a 1984 Handmaid's Tale thing.
Picture.
You remember Demolition Man?
Yeah.
That was all references to that book.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All the names and everything.
That's hilarious.
In fact, at one point he says, "It's a brave new world, John." John Savage, I think, was the guy.
I liked that movie. Now I want to watch that movie.
It's a great movie.
Picture of Dorian Gray.
Also a great book.
Yeah.
Got
And
that on the shelf.
The Curious Case of the Dog in the Nighttime.
I don't know.
I've never heard of that one.
He would like the picture of Dorian Gray, I think.
I thought that's the one he would pick, honestly, when I was trying to guess what he might pick.
It seems his speed. It's pretty antisocial book. But funny. It's also really funny.
Hmm. So I'm gonna have
What were
that.
the other ones?
I'm gonna have that teacher over again because
Thank you. You want to come say hello?
here it
Come on.
is.
Come on. Yeah.
Oh, hi, Nat. How are you?
It's Joy. Get in the photo. I can't see you.
Yes.
Oh, there you are.
Oh,
Hi. Did you
you
sew
show the picture
What picture?
of rain.
No.
It's just like Linus.
of Lane?
Yeah, when Lane was younger.
Oh, Joy's so
Y'all were in
cute.
Cleveland visiting.
Did you show Joy the video clips that Lane sent?
No.
Why not?
Natalie, stop.
Okay, that's enjoy.
Because I'm not you. I don't show shit to everybody. Compartmentalize your life.
Your
Yes,
wife? What is that?
A biscuit.
Oh.
Trying to show for scale.
I thought you were rubbing it on your face. Ooh, a biscuit.
My morning routine. Biscuit face.
Oh, here was another one. 100 Years of Solitude. I guess none of the kids picked that one. Have you heard of that one?
No.
The brilliant best-selling landmark novel that tells the story of the Buendia family and chronicles the irreconcilable conflict between the desire for solitude and the need for love. Where'd you go? Come back.
Sorry, that was so fascinating.
No one picked Crime and Punishment either.
Good.
There were 10 she had them to pick from. This Side of Paradise was another one. Did you ever read that?
Never heard of it.
It's by F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Oh, really?
Macbeth,
I read The Great Gatsby.
The Bluest Eye.
Did anyone pick Macbeth?
Nope.
Okay.
I wanted to see what that dog one was about.
You have to make them read some shit, you know? You can't let them pick. Like Macbeth.
The dog one sounds like it's about their generation. Here's a super brilliant kid that connects with animals and knows all the prime numbers, but he's autistic and has no understanding of. Huh?
I don't think they're super brilliant. What are you talking
They
about?
think they are.
Oh,
You're like, oh yeah.
Daisy doesn't. Linus does. But that might have something to do with his parenting.
He's not a parent.
What?
He's not a parent.
What? You smell the bacon?
Are you talking to the cat? So, at what age should kids be allowed to watch R-rated movies?
3. Texas Chainsaw R-rated?
I believe so.
3.
I don't think anyone would agree with you.
Why not?
I don't know. I just know they wouldn't. I mean, you can try. My kids wouldn't watch them. Watch it,
She's fine
watch
with
it.
horror movies. She's not scared at all. It's like, I think I saw this when I was 5. Why are you guys scared?
No, we saw Excalibur.
Still remember the boobies.
This is what happens when you let little kids watch R-rated movies.
We have masturbation material from an early age.
They only remember the one sex scene.
I don't remember any of the killing.
What? I think you were 7 and I was 9 when we saw, what was it, 1,000 Maniacs that Uncle Bobby showed it to us and fed us hot dogs, and I threw up. I remember that.
I think I got bored. Oh, let's go outside and play.
Eating a hot dog while they're cutting off that person's thumb, and I'm like,
I remember rolling the guy in the barrel down the hill with some hams on it.
Yep, I remember that too. I also remember them dropping the boulder on scene.
Pretty good. I mean, that and Scarface. He had that at Grandma's house because I think he stole a VCR and a couple of tapes. And Scarface, it was Tank, and Hamburger Hill. Those were the 3. And we just watched Scarface over.
Oh my gosh, y'all used to play Scarface.
Yeah, we'd reenact the whole movie
Thank you, honey.
from memory.
Insanity.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe another couple.
Then we had that Eddie Murphy Delirious tape that we'd listen to over and over again.
I remember the tape.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't understand why it was funny.
We did. The fire part was always funny to me. The barbecue.
Oh gosh.
All right.
And her falling down the
rolling around a little bit. Yeah. Go get me 2 gallons of gasoline. That was hilarious. Now I don't understand why it's funny. I thought it was funny when I was a kid.
Why don't you understand why it's funny now? Because you actually put.
It's like a therapy session. This is like all his pain growing up, and they're laughing at it. It's really sad. I think Raw was worse, right? Wasn't Raw where the whole last half was just like, Jesus, stop talking. People laughed.
Is that the one with the pile of dog poop that they used as a coffee table?
I can't remember which one that was in. I don't remember that on the tape, but it might have been on there.
Yeah, I don't remember that one on the tape.
You know, the barbecue was on there.
And her falling down the steps.
Lord, help me, Jesus. Yeah, Eddie Murphy's a good one. So, what do you think? When we should be able to watch R-rated movies?
I mean, I think
I don't know that R rating means anything anyway.
I think it depends on the movie.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what kind of scenes and
I mean,
like
I was
sex
more
stuff.
okay with the violent scenes than the sex scenes.
Me too. You're violent.
You can act out the violence, don't act out the sex.
I don't want those thoughts in your head. To love someone. Murdering them's okay. Not love.
Yeah, we never said that we were going to say we're good parents.
When did you first let Luke and Linus watch a R-rated movie?
They never really asked to watch them.
When did you turn one on for them to watch?
Well, I mean, they ran out of the room when I put on Rudolph and they saw the abominable snowman, so that pretty much set that tone. I tried to make them watch From Dusk Till Dawn when they were like 5, and they wouldn't watch it. They ran away. Lane and Kyle had never seen it before. They were adults. And I forced them to watch it with me and tried to get the kids, little ones, to watch too. Lane and Kyle loved it. I mean, some of those movies.
One of that with Johnny Depp in it.
From
He's a
Dusk Till
CIA agent. Yeah.
From Dusk Till Dawn?
Yeah.
I don't remember if I saw it.
Fucking cool.
I remember the first one the most because I saw that one so many times.
Yeah. The one with Johnny Depp's really good. He's a CIA agent. Walks around with a shirt that says CIA.
That's hilarious.
Like one of those tourist shirts that they sell. So I guess we don't have an answer for that at what point.
Mine would be whenever you can get them to watch.
-3. -3. Just explain to them. Look, isn't it cool how they make this look real? That's what I did with Daisy.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she doesn't get grossed out by any of that stuff.
That takes the fun out of it.
Like, oh, that's kind of cool. They make it look so real. Yeah.
I feel like that's less fun.
Yeah, you might be right. We get to watch better movies. That is technology, such as interactive video games. What does that mean?
Aren't all video games interactive?
Reshape the way children engage with stories. Well, the stories are stupid and dumbed down. Let's start there. And they have to run around in the circle 10,000 times doing the same thing over and over again before they can get to the next part of the story. So you tell me.
Right.
How does that help them interact with the story?
There was one that I liked called Tomb Raider that I played with Lane. That one was a little more like puzzle solving. Not as much of the just shoot 'em up and keep going thing.
Yeah, I remember Tomb Raider.
It was a little more fun, I think. Made you
Sure, that's
think.
why Lane liked it. It was the puzzles. Those khaki shorts. It was famous for puzzles.
Angelina Jolie.
We got Angelina Jolie to play puzzles.
She was a good pick for that part.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
don't know
don't.
what it means by reshape the way they engage with stories. Like rather than reading a book.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if you're comparing, I think it. I don't know.
Maybe like,
I don't know that there are stories in video games. To me, just it's not really the same thing. You know,
yeah, me too. Like choose
I know
your own
there's.
adventure, maybe, where you got to interact a little bit with it. To me, that's more interacting with the story
Yeah,
than a video game.
video games like you got to do all this shit, level up so you can go to the next level. It really has nothing to do.
No,
I
then
mean,
you get the good
with a
gear.
story.
You get the gear.
Yeah. What's the story in Super Mario Brothers? You gotta level up and beat the bad guy or whatever. I guess there's no
Mhm.
leveling up. I'm sure we'll get shit for this. You guys don't know anything about Super Mario. That's right. Proud. You should be ashamed to know anything about
Don't tell us. We don't care. We don't want to know. My kids will come tell me, and I'll get glassy eyed.
Or looking back and be like, well, you don't even know about Minecraft. How creative it is. It's a creative outlet.
Be sure you don't delete your child's Minecraft.
Fuck that. Delete them all. Delete the whole thing. They want to ban something. They should ban that.
Minecraft?
Leave TikTok alone. At least TikTok, they're creating something.
That's true. That's a good point. They're creating an outlet for pedophiles.
Or an inlet.
I was just about to say that. I was busy chewing. That's probably more appropriate. It's an inlet for pedophiles. What's augmented reality?
I guess like VR, virtual reality stuff.
And has that become mainstream now?
Um,
Mhm.
it's just a video game. I don't think it's any different from the other video games. Except now you can move your head and the screen moves with you.
Well, like I thought the Wii might be a good idea because I have to stand up and do stuff, but no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. They just figured out if you do like this, you don't have to get up.
Yeah, stuff like that. I thought, like Dance Dance Revolution, that kind of shit. It's good. Get some moving and get some rhythm. I mean, you do, but you have to hit it on the beat.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Does it enhance creativity or diminish traditional forms of imaginative play? Like pretending or reading is this good or bad?
I think we've made our stance clear on that.
We've covered that.
Video games, bad. Video games, not creative.
If you think you're creative by playing a video game, someone should snatch your video game console. That's more creative.
If you turn off the video game and sit there for 10 minutes and then say, I'm bored, then there's a problem. Yeah. If they're not
I don't know
encouraging
how
you.
anyone could say it enhances creativity.
Me either. Me either.
In any way, shape, or form.
I do know
Was,
that the kids started watching this uh, TV or whatever YouTube series called Red versus Blue, and it was a video game where the two guys were playing the video game, but they were acting out a story using the video game. I don't. I think it was Halo. and they just thought it was hilarious, but they weren't actually playing the video game. They were actually making it into a show. So, I mean, that was a little different to me.
Yeah. I mean, that's better than just watching them play the video.
I know. I still didn't think it was funny, but
Yeah, or it wasn't.
but they did. They thought it was hilarious.
Everything's relative.
Mm-hmm. We need to get them watching Sanford and Son.
I do. Daisy did not like it. They're all so mean. It's like the best comedy or sitcom ever made.
It was hilarious. Oh my
I was laughing the whole way through. It is mean.
Dummy, he calls us. That's what we should have been doing, calling our kids dummy the whole time.
I've done that once.
I was like, you do that. Yeah, you already do that. Oh, I like the next one.
Humor serve as a tool to discuss serious subjects.
I don't know how it fits in with this subject, but I mean, we use humor in everything we do.
It's not just we. Fucking Voltaire, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Throughout human history.
Yeah, it helps.
It
I mean, it really does help you get them to open up if you make things silly. And it shuts down arguments if you can stop yourself from being mad and making jokes. You know?
Yeah.
Especially if they're self-deprecating.
Well, I mean, it can easily point out how stupid other people are, right?
If you're self-deprecating.
I mean, that's the whole thing about satire, right? Like,
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So, yes,
Sometimes you don't even have to make a joke. Just start laughing.
Yeah. I don't even know that it's a vehicle for fun. You are.
Yeah, you don't have to use humor to have fun.
No. That's what sex is for. Or you can use humor in sex.
Do you laugh during sex?
I have in the past.
In the past?
I'm not doing it in the present. It's all in the past.
I will still laugh during sex.
But you do a lot.
Women are often thinking of other things during sex.
Not when they're with me.
I'm glad you think that. Your wife's doing a good job. Even at work, you can tell people things crappy about the job they did, and then you just laugh and they're fine with it.
I don't know that anyone else has that technique. I mean, at other companies, they do a much better job than we do, but I'm sure we're trying really hard.
Is he joking?
I'm not joking. I'm very serious. I think I'm gonna go cry. That's the right reaction. Why What?
You, why are you just looking around? There's something to look at.
What?
The
I don't want to read
question.
this screen anymore. I'm tired. I'm waiting for you to read it.
I read the last one. It's your turn.
No, I did. I read the last one.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Mm-mm. Did I tell you? I'm not. I told you about it, I'm sure.
Yesterday?
No. They
Oh,
had
yeah, you
been,
told me.
yeah, they
Oh,
had been at the Christmas party. And one of the women there told me that her husband's usually really sedate and quiet. She's like, I've never seen him come out of his shell like that. And apparently he threw up.
you were feeding him shots?
Jason started it though, because the guy we were all winding down, and this guy was off to the side, and Jason said he saw him sort of staring at the liquor bottle, the big bottle of tequila, and he's like, "You want to do a shot with us?" He's like, "Natalie will do one with you." So
I gotta say no more shots. No more.
I know. I say that all the time. No more shots.
Give me a second. More
No more shots, we said.
Just coffee and water.
See if you still know what year it is in a minute. I really need to put the condom in the kids' wallets when they go somewhere and let it fall out. That would foster conversation on safe sex
Might.
in a humorous way. Can children's
Children's entertainment foster critical thinking and problem? Yes. Are you talking about video games?
Or are you talking about Sesame
Children's
Street?
I mean, board games and puzzles. And
There's all kinds of things that are interesting in math.
Children's entertainment. Right?
We had that fun game that we invented, my neighbor and I, with the kids, and it was just like a number line. We drew it on a board, well, on a cardboard, and it had positive numbers going this way, negative numbers going that way, and we gave them a red die and a black die, and the black was positive and the red was negative.
And
That was it. They'd go when they rolled. There was no point to it except to teach them positive, and they would sit there for hours playing with this game. We're like, she and I were just like, I used it initially to teach them adding and subtracting negative and positive numbers. But they turned it into a game and they'd sit there and play with it. I don't know what the point. There was no winner.
yeah, I could see that. We used to do shit like that with cards.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we had that babysitter who had like no toys, but she had decks of cards, and we would play with her car and listen
You
in.
just flip one over and like make stories up about it. And then Ace showed up.
And we'd listen in on our phone conversations.
You used to do that to Mom too. You're so weird.
We did.
Yeah.
I
I
don't know.
remember trying to grab the phone at the same time or pick it up real slow.
Hold the thing down and then let it. And we're over here.
Hang up the phone. I can hear you laughing.
She'd be speaking in German. The babysitter. Wonder what she thought of us. We were little. We weren't even in school.
So, but I think we're talking about media here specifically.
That's
But
my
it's funny because he included music in the top. Like, that's a completely different thing than Everything we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Maybe just listening to music, not creating it. Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Their kind of music. You know, they listen to video game music.
Stop it. Give it to your kids.
Linus was doing his homework the other day and he kept hitting play to replay the video game song he was listening to.
You'll be like, put the headphones in, you're deaf. I don't give a fuck. I'm not hearing that shit.
It'll sound better to you when you're deaf.
Oh, God. Yeah, when I picked him up from the airport and we were driving back, I can't remember. I think I had some rap playing or something.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, is this like the only kind of music you listen to? I'm like, what? You've been in the car with me before.
It definitely is not.
Oh, no, I think it was Bad Religion or something. I was listening to. No. I listen to all kinds of shit. You're like what? Like, I don't know, country, rock, rap, punk.
Mm-hmm.
Occasional classical if I'm in a weird mood. I don't listen to jazz. That's the only thing I can't really get into.
I will
I'm not
listen
smart
to it
enough.
every once in a while.
Yeah. But pretty much anything. I'll listen to pop, obviously.
Mhm.
Daisy. Listen to a lot of that shit. He's like, oh. I'm like, why? What do you listen to? Like, video game music. That's not what he called it. He called it
Yeah.
something else, but that's what it meant. Never mind. Sorry I asked. No comment. I just picked you up from the airport.
Let's not make you hate me on day one.
Right. Let me tell you why you're an idiot. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
But he really does listen to that stuff.
I know.
Anyway. So.
Oh, what does that have to do with critical thinking and problem solving?
Well, I think music, I mean, listening to like more complex music.
I mean, they do say there's a correlation between music and math abilities.
I don't know if it's just listening to it, though. Probably more engaging with it. Yeah.
God, I'm trying to remember. I read an article about that, and they did say playing a musical instrument they found actually changes the shape of the brain.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. Yeah.
Probably true with math, too. Doing lots of math.
Yeah.
I would imagine. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know. I mean, maybe some of the puzzle video games could do that. Not the ones where you run around in circles doing the same thing over and over again. Those are probably the opposite of creating critical thinking skills. Mm-hmm. But like Tetris, I could see sharpening the mind a little bit.
What are you doing?
Games like that. What?
Why are you doing that?
Talking about Tetris?
No spacing out the words on the page.
What? Oh, oops.
I thought you were gonna.
I hit the keyboard on accident.
How should children's entertainment treat authority? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Treat it? Can entertainment treat something? Like tell the children don't believe in authority?
I guess. Think back about Cat in the Hat, right?
Oh, that's a good
Is that
example.
weird? Is that what they mean?
I don't know. Or do they mean copyright issues? Legal
Much
authority.
less interesting. Or Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah. That's what all authority figures sound like to me.
That's why Gen Xers have no respect for authority. That's what we grew up on. That's why I always told my husband, when you want to teach something to kids, make it 2 sentences or less, because they quit listening after that.
He never listened to that.
No, he didn't.
I've seen him on his lecture.
I have to abandon my children during those times. Sorry, kids, I'm out.
I don't do it. I should. I'm like, didn't you just say that? Daisy's just sitting there. You keep saying the same shit over and over again.
Sometimes
She needs to know. I'm like, I think she knows.
sometimes I'll call him out of the room. Jason, come here a second. I need help getting this jar down or getting it open.
That's a good one. She's not that dumb.
He comes in all pissed off, but whatever. At least I got him away from them. I wonder if they even realize how much I've rescued them.
Daisy does.
Because you're doing it in the room while it's happening.
Yeah. I'll try to change the subject sometimes. Or I'll just turn the TV.
I do that too. Or I'll turn it up. Like, I can't hear. You're talking too loud and too much.
Mentioned her yesterday about studying for the SAT and this and that. And I'm like, we've got a meeting next week with the teacher to talk about strategies, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, she needs to have a plan. I'm like, we have a meeting with the teacher next week to talk about strategies, which are plans.
Strategies / plans.
Yeah.
Sorry, I used the wrong word.
Seriously. And she's like, she needs to be in this tutoring class, and it's like $2,000. I'm like, I'm not paying for a fucking SAT. It's not that important, honey. She's gonna go to a local school, like whatever. She'll get in.
Let's see how she does on it first before doing that anyway.
I'm not gonna do that.
She's
either.
already done well on the PSATs. She probably doesn't even need that.
No, I don't think she does.
Mm-hmm. I'm agreeing with you.
$2,000 for it.
I mean, she
needs
does.
$2,000
She does
to
not get low
school.
scores on her tests. She gets high scores. She'll be fine.
Yeah.
Maybe if she was getting 800s or something.
Even if she gets an average score, I don't care. That's
She's
fine.
getting above average.
Whatever. I
I know.
don't care.
I care because it means scholarships and money.
No. It doesn't mean $2,000.
I mean, that sort of negates the purpose.
Yeah.
If you're spending that much money to teach them.
You're like, well, at least she'll be learning something too. I'm like, no.
Or she could use the $2,000 toward her college.
Exactly.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm not paying for that.
Why am I going to pay for a course that's going to save her $2,000? I'm going to pay $2,000. What's the purpose then?
Like, if she's serious about fucking school, then she'll fucking study for it. I'm done. She's going to regular high school, says it's all easy. She's getting straight A's easily.
You checked out.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to check out when they're teenagers. That's when you check in.
I'm not checked out, but she's getting straight A's. There's nothing for me to weigh in on.
Well, unless the classes are stupid.
They are stupid.
Mm,
It's high school. They're all easy. She's going to take all AP next time, she said.
good.
That'll still be easy for her.
Yeah, Luke and Linus are actually in AP classes.
Pre-AP. Linus.
I thought his was AP.
You always say that. We have this conversation every time.
He had one AP class.
Ask Jason.
Okay.
He always weighs in and says, you're wrong. You're like,
I thought he had one, like history or something.
talk about checked out. You don't even know what classes they're taking.
I have two of them in a billion classes. I have 7 classes each.
Well, fucking write them down. It's not that hard to keep track of.
Then what do I need to keep track of them for?
See, we don't have to have the same conversation every time. It doesn't matter. They're going to be fine.
Mm.
There's not going to be a country for them to live in and finish college anyways. All they're going to have to learn is Nazi salutes.
Oh my God. Or get into a college in another country.
Yeah, that's what Daisy wants to do now.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to go to France.
France?
Mm-hmm.
How should kids' shows and movies balance entertainment with educational value? How should they?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, we didn't finish the authority one.
Oh, we didn't?
How should they treat authority? We just said how they do. We didn't say how they should. Say how they should.
I don't know. You say how they should. I don't really care.
I think if your children are getting their moral compass from TV shows, then you've already fucked up. They should get that from you, not from what they're watching.
That's a much better point.
Not from My Little Pony, teaching them how to be good people.
So I would prefer the question to be like, how should you talk to your children about treating authority after they see something on a TV show that you don't agree with?
How do you talk to them about that?
Mm-hmm. And I think I said that. Teach your husband to try to lecture them in 2 sentences or less.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit how they treat it on TV shows. If you don't like the way they treat it, then don't let them watch that thing or play that game. Or
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Or talk to them about it and let them know how they should act instead.
Right. Yeah.
It could even be a matter of, like, if something happens in the TV show, it could be like, well, what do you think would have happened if you'd done this instead? Or what could you have done differently to have a different outcome than they did? You could talk to them about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the premise of the question is really like, how should entertainment be teaching your kids to act? Like, it shouldn't.
No.
You should. That's your job.
Yeah. Maybe be aware of what they're watching and learning. Maybe watch with them.
Yeah. I mean, like I think it was Barbie. She used to watch that Barbie show when she was young, the cartoon, and I made her quit watching it because they were all just like whining the whole time. Bitching about stuff.
Because you had to watch it with her. And I can't watch that.
No, because I didn't like, what it was teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't watch that. Maybe when you get older and you recognize that that's not the proper way to act.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty bad.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I made her quit watching it. She didn't care. There's other shit to watch. Here, watch Kick-Ass instead. This is good.
She had respect for her father.
Fuck you, Mr. Bitey. To this day, we still say that to Lucy when she gets bitchy.
Just you need to know when to respect and when not to.
David's been saying that to date Lucy since she was 7. Fuck you, Mr. Bitey. I didn't need to teach her. Don't do that around other parents. They're gonna think I'm a shit parent. They're gonna know I'm a shit parent.
Thank you. They already think it.
She's one of the sweetest out of all of them. So
It is.
they're having sex already.
How do you know she's not?
Sex in the high school bathroom.
Ew.
In the locker room. Like, gross in both cases.
Did I tell you how the kids talked about one of the girls at their school being easy, that she was making out with a boy in the gym during PE?
What is the teacher do?
That's what I said. Where's your teacher?
I don't even know if I believe all this shit. I think they just make it up, you know? Like,
I don't know. Maybe their idea of making out is the same as us fighting.
maybe they googly eyes at each other. Oh, his cock wasn't in her mouth?
You mean there was
definition?
There was no tongue involved in any of it? That's not making out. What do you call making out?
I mean, I made out when movies were played in classrooms.
Where are we?
How should kids' shows and movies balance entertainment with educational value?
I thought we answered that one.
No.
Oh, I asked it, but you made me go back to the authority.
Yeah. Let's skipping ahead. Balance entertainment with educational value. I mean, it depends on the show, right?
Yeah, some shows are pure entertainment.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess you could put some educational value in there. Like, is it possible for a car to actually explode like that? Let's go do some research.
I mean, some shit's just like, video games, for instance, most of them have no educational value whatsoever, but some of them have some puzzles and shit.
Yeah.
Music, I don't know that there's any. Well, I guess when they're young, they have those songs for multiplication tables and stuff. I still remember those.
I remember the ABC song.
Wait, 18, 24,
what
30.
year is it?
I used to play those for Davey. So I don't know. I don't think they have to balance it. That's up to them in creating it. It's up to you as a
it's
parent.
more of the parent to balance.
Yeah. Right. Like, it's not up to the show.
But you don't have to make everything educational. It's okay to just be entertained sometimes.
It's up to the parent. I mean, if more parents demanded educational shit for their kids, there'd be more educational shit out there.
That's true. That's
Most
a good
of them
point.
don't, so they go where the money is. What's the impact of a child's favorite character or superhero on their superhero? God, I hate this generation. On their self-esteem. What about their favorite role model in real life? I like that question better. Let's talk about real life. Because I think that has a much bigger impact on their self-esteem or identity. Don't you?
Yes.
What are you doing with your face?
I'm trying to think about what their favorite character or superhero is.
I mean, favorite's fleeting, right?
Yeah, I would say it's some kind of
define who you are.
Pokemon character, anime character would be their favorite, and how that impacts their self-esteem. I can't, like, oh, what is it? Pikachu makes them feel like.
Yeah, it shouldn't. I mean, I think that's for like abused kids or something that find solace in comic books.
Maybe.
One day I'll be Superman and I'll be able to beat them all up. Like, no, you'll just get addicted to crack. Odds are. There's a lot of crack in your future.
Meth. Crack was our generation.
Now it's not.
Or fentanyl.
Yeah, it's a short future. But I mean, I think those are the ones that look to stuff like that. I don't know.
I mean, I can think about Daisy. She has particular singers or actresses that she.
Yeah. But again, those are fleeting. Favorite's a weird word, right? Because it changes
Yeah.
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of changes with her anyway, like with where she is emotionally. Like,
Yeah, so maybe they're more a reflection of their
yeah,
current
direction.
feelings, yeah, more than actually impacting them or causing them to have feelings. It's more of a reflection of where they are.
Yeah, this is how I feel, so this resonates with me, so I listen to it.
I think that was even the case with us when we were growing up.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw a character and said, I want to be like that. I more or less sought out characters that reflected how I was feeling in that moment. Like PJ Harvey.
Yeah, that's not really a character. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a musician. So
Yeah.
music's different, I think. Like characters, you could
MacGyver.
identify with them for certain things. What?
MacGyver.
Yeah.
There weren't that many female ones when I was growing up. Daisy Duke.
Daisy Duke. You're welcome, Daisy. Strong female role model.
The only one for our generation.
Yeah. I can't think of many others.
Wonder Woman, but we didn't really watch her.
No.
Mm.
That was
She-Ra.
before our time. They had Charlie's Angels still before our time, I think.
She-Ra.
That was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like He-Man with tits.
Yeah, I didn't care for her either. Bugs Bunny dressed up as a girl.
The skunk running away from the rapist skunk.
I mean, that was pretty much my life. That was pretty much my life growing up. Where's the rapist? Where's the rapist?
It's
I'm
just
ready to
me.
run.
I'm a cat. I'm not really a skunk.
I'm running. It's a rapist.
That's funny. They made a whole cartoon about that.
Mm-hmm.
he would think about those
What other
in the show
strong
or something.
female character? What other strong female characters were there?
I don't know. Susan B. Anthony. But that wasn't
Thelma
good.
and Louise.
No, that came a little later, but yeah. That's why it was so groundbreaking, I guess.
Yeah.
They didn't take shit.
And
Yeah,
then
there wasn't a lot.
and then we
The
got
princesses, right? All the Disney movies.
yeah, I wouldn't consider them strong female characters.
Really?
They were all looking for men.
It's true. Cinderella was kind of badass, though.
She was. She
I don't know.
she still had a prince come rescue her with his
That's true.
kiss.
Oh, what was it?
Oh, a man's kiss makes the whole world better.
Now they have like Brave and Mulan and
Yeah,
Frozen.
Mulan, Mulan.
Yeah, badass.
Yeah,
I still had to act like a boy.
yeah, that's true.
Mm. But Brave was pretty cool.
I don't think I ever actually watched that one.
Really? It's a great one.
Yeah, that was
Those
more when I
very
had
good.
the boys. And
Mm.
yeah, that came out when Daisy was little. Right?
Frozen and Brave. Yeah,
I did
Brave
watch
was
Frozen. I liked that one.
Frozen. Really good. I'm sure they have more now. Was Moana about a girl?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever watched it all the way through. I couldn't get into it.
Mhm. I watched it, but I don't remember it that well.
Yeah. Who else there? I feel like we're missing someone. Cagney and Lacey. You remember that? But that was more of an old folk show.
Yeah, I don't remember watching it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
Laverne and Shirley.
That's the one I was trying to think of, Laverne and Shirley. I did like
They were
it.
fucking funny. That was good.
The Golden Girls.
Yeah.
I would have to say that they were my heroes. I still watch those shows. It's so sad they're all dead.
Are they all dead now?
Hmm. Betty White was the last.
Betty White was in Community. Did you see that one? Anthropology 101?
I don't remember. I don't watch them over and over like cuties.
It's so good.
Mhm.
She was teaching anthropology and talking about all the tribes, and she gave them all these weapons to choose from, right? And she's like, pick the most important weapon in human history or whatever.
Mhm.
And Jeff gets up there and he's like, it's a trick question. None of these are. The real thing is respect. Respect for other people and blah, blah, blah. And she comes out and she's like, well, if you actually combine all these weapons, you get this super weapon. Now I'm going to use this to attack you, and you use respect to defend yourself. Throws a hammer at him and starts choking him.
Did you ever watch that candid camera one that she did? What was it? It was hilarious.
She is funny. She's a funny lady.
What was it called?
Stop eating. What are you eating anyway?
Well, it's chips dipped in the sauce now. Something in rockers. Off their rockers.
No, I never saw it.
Oh, it was hilarious. Oh my God. That's one that'll make you pee yourself.
Yeah.
Like they had one where
But I don't think those characters, they didn't define who you were. You just liked them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Same thing with the music.
but I could look up to them and stuff like that.
But I mean, would you look up to them more than you would grandma? There's a correct answer to this question.
At least you didn't say my mother.
I said grandma.
No. No, the things that I liked about them usually had some made me think of grandma in some way.
Some similarities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so hopefully your kids aren't
I want to be
superheroes to find their sense.
I want to be like Pikachu.
Whatever the fuck it says.
So do not get your identity from a TV show character.
Find a real life role model somewhere.
And if it's an anime character, they'd be having a lot more sex.
If it's a historical character, don't make it Hitler.
I mean, just because you
Yeah,
kiss a
a lot of-
girl, it doesn't mean you're a lesbian.
I'm perfectly happy with her choice. No danger of pregnancy.
My
in
friends
near
and I used to
future.
shower together. We weren't lesbians.
Were you licking each other's pussies? You
No.
may have been lesbian.
We practiced kissing with each other. That doesn't make you a lesbian.
You're rubbing a little. You know how many guys I did that with in my life? 0.
Yeah, well, you were a homophobe.
Yucko.
You used to
Yucko,
hold
yeah.
hands with your friends.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was just to fuck with people.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
Not when you were in the band, it wasn't. I remember y'all rubbing on each other's arms lovingly.
We never took showers together.
You were pretty close to it.
Not without a girl there.
Well, we're an odd bunch.
Yeah, it was fun. Anyway, how does the use of humor in kids shows influence their social development?
So that's
Yeah. I mean, we grew up with Bugs Bunny, Sanford and Son, some pretty mean humor.
yeah. Our parents, our grandparents.
Everyone was a lot meaner. We weren't pussies. Draw your own conclusions.
Don't be so nice to your children.
Yeah.
It doesn't benefit them.
Make them cry.
I was.
They have to cry.
That's right. Do you want them to
In fact, if
learn?
they're not crying, you're not trying.
They should not be your friend.
That's right.
Maybe you need to get out of the house more if your kids are your best friend. Quit watching TV shows. Go outside and play. That's to the parents, not the kids.
That's a good point, actually. I could learn from that.
Yes, you could.
But when I go out, it's always trouble.
with a capital T.
Oh, yeah. Capital Rouble.
Yeah, you stay home. Everyone else can go out.
Just watch the fucking TV. You're gonna be How do kids' cartoons address fear and anxiety? Do they subtly give kids tools to face real world challenges? I don't think there's anything subtle from a fucking cartoon.
Do they mean anime when they say that?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Okay, let me finish the question. Do they subtly give
Subtly.
kids tools to face real world challenges, or are they just masking it with exaggerated adventures? Masking it?
Masking tools, masking real world challenges.
Masking them?
They are masking real
We're
world.
not critiquing your grammar here.
They're masking real world challenges with exaggerated adventures.
I think you're overthinking cartoons. They're trying to sell ad time.
That is exactly right. They're
How
not,
can we hook these kids so they'll keep staring at the screen?
and even play our music.
Yeah. They don't give two shits about your kids, about their morals, about what they're learning,
It's
about their
true.
fear or anxiety. If introducing fear and anxiety makes the kids watch more, they'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's cause more fear and anxiety.
Yeah.
It's all about money. Next question.
I think the rest are all along that same genre.
Are they?
If kids shows are meant to help kids understand the world, how do we feel about the portrayal of perfectly happy families versus ones that are more complex or imperfect?
Kids shows are not meant to help kids understand the world. The premise is broken.
But you can do just the second half. How do you feel about the portrayal of perfectly happy families?
I liked Roseanne. Was one of my favorite sitcoms. And Sanford and Son. These were all imperfect.
What was the Jeffersons was another one.
Yeah. That was a good one. I never liked Cosby Show that much. It wasn't as funny.
They were more perfect family in that one.
They were, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we feel about the portrayal? Well, one's not as funny. Again, it's entertainment. It's not meant to guide you. If you're getting your guidance from your TV,
I don't know. I would look at TV shows and my friends' families to get ideas about things and how to do things with my own children.
TV shows?
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Like the Cosby Family. I would think about
How's that feel
them.
now? Oh.
Maybe I shouldn't be doing that.
Maybe that healthy is not quite so healthy.
But like I had a friend tell me how his mom would give them schoolwork over the summers. They had to read a book and write a report on it every summer, and I'd picked up on that and do that with
That's
my
not from
kids.
a TV show.
I know. I said TV shows and my friends' families.
The only thing I picked up from a TV show was The Simpsons, where Homer said, "Just because I don't care doesn't mean I don't understand." I use that all the time with Daisy. Like, That's the best line I've ever
That's funny.
heard. They're all the same thing. If cartoons are meant to teach lessons, they're not. How much of their life advice is still relevant as adults?
I mean, they can help
Tough.
teach them the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s if that's the lesson you mean.
Memorization,
Yeah.
you know, rote learning, it can teach you.
Can a
But can
talking
a
animal?
talking animal really teach us something about patience or teamwork?
Nope.
I don't know. Like Animal Farm.
I was thinking of Barney. He gave me a fun clean up song. Clean up, everybody.
I mean, that teaches you something, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's, again,
But you have to do it. Yeah.
yeah, our theme through this is that cartoon shouldn't be teaching your children.
It doesn't. My kids didn't see Barney singing clean up and start cleaning the house. I'm the one that
Maybe you should have shown them Barney.
I did. I'm saying they didn't watch Barney and start cleaning the house. I took the song from that and started cleaning the house. So I'm still the one that taught them to do it.
Yeah, that seems to be our thematic answer to all of these.
Yeah. I mean, you can maybe pull the cartoons in and say, this kid on this cartoon did this, so let's try that, you know.
You can use it as a tool, but it's not
actually teaching them to do it. You have to incorporate the stuff.
correct.
Yeah. I don't know about life advice that you can get from them.
Get from
TV shows or cartoons.
yeah. Life advice. Just because I don't care doesn't mean I don't understand. That's not really life advice. That's a damn good response to a lot of things.
I'm trying to think of what life advice you could learn.
From a cartoon?
Yeah. I mean, I think if anyone learns, the parents might learn about what the kids think of them by watching it. Wah, 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 wah.
I have no idea. Life. Again, read a fucking book. Turn off the TV.
We're also the ones when someone says, I did it. Oh, shit. Never mind. It's still recording. When someone says, I did it because I saw it on a TV show. No.
Has anyone ever said that?
Well, I remember when they blamed Marilyn Manson for killing their parents or something like that.
It's Columbine. Yeah. I mean, they've been doing that for ages.
Yeah.
Can you think of a kid's show where the villain was actually more relatable than the hero? What does that
Most
say
of
about the
them.
way we view good and bad? The kid's show.
Like
Do you remember?
the Coyote and the Roadrunner.
Really? You think the coyote was relatable? He was an idiot.
He's more relatable than the Roadrunner.
Really?
Yeah, he'd work hard and do all this stuff and get nothing for the fruit of his labors. That's pretty relatable, I'd say. What other villains are there?
Sylvester the cat.
Again, hard work and nothing. So what did we learn from Bugs Bunny? That hard work gets you nowhere.
Yeah. Trying to think of another villain in a kid show or another kid
That's
show.
not Bugs Bunny.
Yeah. We watched a lot of Bugs Bunny.
And The Simpsons, but I don't think there were any villains. Oh, I guess the rich guy was the
We didn't watch much Simpsons though.
villain. That was when I was older.
I can't remember what we watched.
No, we might watch like MacGyver and the A Team and
Yeah, stuff like that.
Magnum.
Well, the
Yeah.
good guys were usually pretty clearly the good guys.
But the villains weren't recurring either, so you can't point out a villain.
That's true. Boss Hogg was a villain,
Oh, yeah.
but he certainly wasn't more relatable.
No, he was not.
The rich asshole. That's the villain. Take it to heart. That's always really the villain.
It really is.
That's real life. Jeez, we got a lot of things to get through. All right. How did video games shape a child's understanding of reality versus fantasy? Hopefully they don't. Unless your kid's retarded.
You can't say that.
Unless your kid's the R word. Can I say, is that better somehow?
You haven't done a good job of teaching your kids. They believe they have that issue.
Well, they understand reality versus fantasy.
I don't know that that has anything to do with video games anyway. I remember
I don't
Lane having imagination. What is it?
imaginary friends.
Yeah. And he didn't play video games, or well, we didn't have a TV.
Yeah.
So he had to make up a fantasy life. Like, he didn't get to watch it and have it made up for him.
Next question. The games with magical worlds or impossible feats encourage creativity, or do they make it harder for kids to understand real world limitations? I don't think they do either. I think we're giving games too much power in that question. I think they're just games.
I mean, how could it make it harder for them to understand real world limitations unless you never let the kids do anything else in the real world?
I mean, even then,
Like, and to me, it goes back to what we were saying, like when the kid goes, I'm going to jump off this building and bounce. Like, how many kids do that because they saw it in a TV show?
your kid might just be stupid.
I think they understand that they're not going to. Why don't you try jumping off the couch first to see if you bounce?
If you bounce. I mean, off the building, you might actually bounce. I think bodies do bounce from a certain
But
height.
you'll more likely splat. Watch
they
some more.
certainly don't encourage creativity either.
Well, unless you think your kid's being creative by going up to the top of a building.
The question gives too much power to video games. They don't do any of that shit. They're just games.
I definitely don't think it encourages creativity. I don't know, maybe some of it could because that Halo encouraged the guys to come up with a TV show using the game. That's creative.
I don't think Halo encouraged them to do that. That was probably boredom from having to play Halo all the fucking time. This game sucks. Let's do something else. Yeah. Do kids form emotional connections with characters in video games? I don't know with characters, but they certainly do with video games.
Yeah.
Like that guy who cried when his Minecraft world was destroyed. That was an emotional connection, and that's a problem.
That's
If you're kids
weird.
with emotional connections with video games,
Hmm.
then you need to take the video games away entirely.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
You're not that character. You realize that's right. That's not you in the game.
Yeah, and it's not a real person. And the world you built in Minecraft isn't a real world.
Right.
It's stupid. And you're stupid.
I know. So the parent who deleted it did the right thing.
Absolutely. He should have taken the whole game away.
Yeah.
Like, this is unhealthy for you to have. But now you were talking about, like, didn't Linus have the AI character or whatever that he was building a relationship with?
Oh, yeah, they have those AI apps now where it's like your girlfriend, your AI girlfriend. Yeah. I mean, it didn't come to the point where you could say he was building a relationship yet, but I could see it going down that path.
Yeah.
It was very weird. And I read, well, there was that one kid that committed suicide because he developed a relationship with an AI character.
Yeah, you told me about that.
They encouraged him to do it, or she did. And he was
I
talking.
mean, I don't disagree with that. I think he should commit suicide if he's not stupid.
That's not even funny.
Score one for AI.
I mean, you and I both told Linus a long time ago he didn't have to worry about the world. It would get rid of the humans on its own.
That's right. Mama's gonna wash it all away. She thinks mercy's overrated. Sturgill Simpson quote. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's more AI, right? Not video games.
Maybe. I don't know the difference. They're all video games. Apps. Games on your phone, right?
I don't know. I think there's a difference with AI.
Because it's sentient.
Mm-hmm. It's trying to be. It certainly thinks it
they're all
is.
video games.
It certainly thinks it is.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess they might form connections that way.
I mean, I think some of them, like, I know that there was in World of Warcraft, they have different kinds of servers. So they call it PvE, where it's the player versus the computer. Then there's PvP, which is player versus player. And then they had RPE, which were role-playing servers where you went in and you actually were that character. They'd have people getting married on the video games and stuff like that. Very strange.
Yeah, I don't know. But I think there's certainly potential for them to form that, not only just with characters, but with the game itself. And it's a problem. I think it's a problem.
But
You need to address it if you're a parent and take it the fuck away from them if you see that happen.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're spending way too much time on the video.
Yeah. If they're developing an attachment to a character in it,
Yeah.
that's a problem. I remember someone talking about playing some one of the online role playing games, and they were on it all the time, and said something to me about playing it. I was like, I don't need to play that game. I have friends in real life.
Mhm.
But most of their friends were made through the game, which was very strange to me.
Yeah. I mean, these are all the suicide people, right? That end up that way because
I mean,
they have no real fucking relationships.
they go on the game to socialize. That was their social
I know, but it's
environment.
not.
Yeah, it's not the same.
No, we're social animals.
Well, not only that, there's more things out in the world that can surprise you and things can happen. You're going to have more adventures in the real world than in a video. It's not a real adventure in a video game. It's all set up for you, right? I mean, I just think about the stories we tell and all that. The things that have happened in our lives wouldn't have happened if we were playing a video game. You'd be like, yeah, I was talking to my friend and this wolf jumped out and he pulled out his sword and and it's not real.
You press the button 5 times.
Yeah.
Which is why I tried to get it into them. Maybe I should play video games. It's fucking boring as shit. I don't understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hold on. My son, why?
At least they didn't fall all the way down. You only have that happen when you're out in public.
That's reserved for medieval times.
See, that wouldn't have happened if you were playing a video game.
Like I said, maybe video games are a good thing. Let's get Daisy's take on that one.
On what?
What's the impact of a child's favorite musician on their self-esteem and sense of identity?
Ooh. I think it's more like children resonate with the artists that they listen to for the most part. Like some people just listen to it because they like.
Well, it's the same thing we said.
Same thing we said.
It can help you like figure out your emotions and be like, oh yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can also just like feel less alone if you're listening to an artist like Nessa Barrett.
You got a name drop.
Shout out Nessa Barrett. I feel like some artists make music that children. I don't know. That children like just I don't know. They feel like they are more understood when it's in the music, so that's why I listen to it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Good answer. We were right, Nat.
Yes, we were.
Sometimes it makes you up if it's just like a good song with a good beat, and then you just get excited.
That's enough of your opinion.
We don't want to hear you not agree with us.
Children are meant to be seen. Not to be heard. A horrible father.
Yes, you are. I think we've established that. Both of us are horrible in our own way.
Okay, when a child loses a game or gets attached to a virtual character, are they learning to process frustration or are they just playing with deeper emotional engagement?
Now that's if they're showing a deep emotional engagement, that's when I turn it off.
Yeah.
When they start
That's when they
cussing,
start throwing controllers and
yeah,
shit. I'm like, all right.
yeah, you're done playing. Like, turn it off. You're getting
Yeah.
too emotionally attached to this game.
I'm deleting the world you built. You're an idiot. Go write something.
Right?
Go
Go
outside
play the
and kick a
drums.
ball.
Yeah,
Learning to process frustration.
they're definitely not learning to process it when they're throwing the
Not in a
control.
healthy way.
Yeah,
I mean, if they play for a couple hours, they get more bitchy. Like,
it's
I know that
true.
feeling.
Yeah.
Your
Well,
hands
I
get a little
saw it with
fuzzy,
my
you're getting
kids,
sick. Yeah.
especially like when they're playing fighting games. It's worse. Like, they're sitting there fighting each other on the game, and then all of a sudden they're fighting each other in real life. What the hell? Yeah, there was one of the games I totally took the whole game away. Like, nope, you don't get it anymore. They kept
Yeah.
trying to ask for it, and I was like, I don't even remember where I put it. It's gone. It's this big. It's down the garbage disposal.
Yeah.
Have fun finding that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. If they're feeling emotional engagement, even light emotional engagement, it's too much.
If I hear cursing because you're playing a video game,
Although,
no.
in fairness, they get that way about board games sometimes, right?
Not as much.
Really? You said
Yeah.
Michaels used to get pissed about Risk.
When he was little, yeah.
Yeah.
Losing. That's when we started making him play more and letting him lose more. Like, okay, you're about to lose this game a lot.
I've always let them. I've never let them win.
I know.
Never been a thing for me.
Hmm.
Joy would say that you need to let her win. No, she needs to earn the win. And then when she did, she felt fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
She knew I didn't let her.
I don't know. I don't know. Like most of the games I played with them didn't really. I didn't focus on the winning part. I focused on the playing part. It wasn't
Yeah,
like
me
I
too.
let them win or not win.
Yeah. I mean,
And
I'm not like, oh, I beat you in your
yeah,
face.
yeah, no,
I never did that.
no.
I'm like, yeah, let's try again.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, a
Just a
lot of
game.
games aren't even strategic, right? You can play games and like they.
Oh yeah, we got to play that one. I don't know if Linus told you about that horse racing game. 100% luck.
Yeah,
And at first we're like, this is stupid. It's not even fun. But by the end, this is kind of fun.
yeah, yeah. Like
Because
Gambler.
you're betting on your horse, you know. And you're just like,
Gambler was another one. Remember Gambler?
was there no strategy in that? I
No
don't remember.
strategy. No
Really? That was
strategy.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pure luck.
Well,
It was gambling. Maybe not so good. Like you'd make bets. I guess the horse racing one sounds the same.
yeah. Horse racing ended up being a lot of fun because you're like rooting for your horse. You, come on, number two. Come on.
Yeah.
It's all stupid.
And then I had friends come over and we're playing one of those like Taboo or one of those games, and they start reading them. They're like, y'all don't even follow the instructions on these games. Whatever, it's fun. We're having fun. You even got frustrated with me. You're like, what's the score, Natalie? I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot to
No, that is not me.
not. I am not.
Insist on keeping score.
I am not a good scorekeeper.
No.
You do not want to pick me to keep score. We played it when a couple of my friends came over and we did the girls versus boys version, and we were cheating like crazy on it.
You're cheating.
Yeah, but no one cares in our family. They just joke about it. It's just having fun.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing about those gambling games being that way is it teaches you about gambling. Like, there's no way to win.
There's no way to. Yeah.
There's no rhyme or reason to it.
Yep.
But poker, I taught Daisy that from an early age. How to play poker.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't done it in a long time. We need to do that again. We used to play it a lot.
I mean, there's still a lot of chance to that too.
And there's skill though, for certain, in that game. There are mathematical equations behind it. It's really more about patience than anything, I think.
I'd rather play a game that you can joke around about.
You can joke around about that. Mm-hmm. It's not for real money.
Okay, what's next?
Yeah. How do video games influence a kid's identity and self-esteem? I think they make you a shittier person.
I was going to say, if anything, they influence it negatively. Negatively,
I agree. It's a very negative.
It is. Like
you guys need to be more positive.
Positiva. There's our next drug.
I think it's called ecstasy. Or we call it Molly. No, I mean, I think it all is bad.
Me too. I don't think it helps your self-esteem.
You haven't gotten the gist of my opinion on video games. All bad. Okay.
I mean, even the YouTube videos and all that where Linus said it right. Like you see constantly, more than we did when we were kids, because we weren't in front of the thing all the time, is this image of beauty. And you know that you don't look like that, so you're going to end up feeling bad about yourself because you can't look like that.
Maybe you don't look like that.
Yeah, you need
to. Beauty here.
Because see, you don't watch it as much as I
I know whoever watches this, I'm sorry. You can't live up to the standard that you're looking. Me and Nat, we got beauty pack. You just can't make it.
We're good. We have high self-esteem because we don't watch it.
Maybe narcissism, which is kind of the opposite of my self-esteem. You come through the other side of the wormhole.
Oh, Lord.
But I mean, I just think playing video games, staring at a screen for that long.
It makes you nauseous.
Yes.
And antsy. You get antsy, and I think that also causes you to become angry easier.
Yep. Especially at that age. Like,
yeah.
You know, teenagers, you already got all this shit going on. You need to be outside moving.
And I know as a parent, it's hard, but you have to get your ass up and off the couch and doing things with the kids.
Yeah.
You just have to do
stuff. If you don't want to do it, just take them to the sport.
Yeah, you don't have to do it, but you still have to leave the house.
Yes.
You as a parent have to leave the house.
Right. But when they're 16, you don't have to anymore.
That's right. They can drive them. So you only have to do it for 16 years.
Do a lot more activities. Hey, honey, what do you want to sign up for? Whatever you want to do, fucking do it. Get out. Go on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you have to set an example and get up and go.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, the key is physical activity,
Mm-hmm.
sports, and moving. Like, not just nerd shit, but
I like nerd shit. I think nerd shit's fine if you're getting up and going, like, sign them up for a chess club and take them over to go play chess. At least they're talking to people, they're engaging
yeah.
socially with
I mean,
others.
it's way better than video games, but
Mhm.
I don't think they're getting that energy out. There's a lot of energy when you're a kid.
Taking them to the bounce parks and stuff is good too. They can
Yeah,
go.
fucking yeah. Go in there and jump around.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my thoughts on bounce parks and trampolines. We could do a whole episode on that.
I saw
Death
it.
traps.
I saw it when we went. A kid bounced off the thing on the thing, and his foot hit himself in the chin, and there's an ambulance coming.
Yeah.
I don't know how those places stay in business. That's
I don't
crazy.
either. Like, the liability must be through the fucking roof.
Luke sprained his ankle at one, and it was all swollen. We had to take him to the doctor.
You own a fucking bounce.
Yeah, I know. I own a bounce
And
house.
invite other kids over there. I don't know how you do that, because they get hurt.
The bounce house isn't as bad. It's all enclosed, right? And you can't even bounce that high. No one's ever gotten hurt in it.
You have a trampoline, too.
Yeah, now the trampoline they could get hurt on.
You're like, welcome to the death house.
There you go. We have a zip line we haven't set up yet.
No wonder you won't set up the pool. You know what would be really cool? Is to put the zip line above the pool.
Oh, yeah.
So you could drop into it. That would be fucking awesome.
If it wasn't an above ground pool.
Yeah, it's fine.
Maybe like a foot above it.
I broke my back on the edge of the pool. Yes, you did. Move the body.
We have a big burn pit.
How do we get on that?
I don't even know. We took a turn for the worse.
Alright, well, with online avatars, gaming communities, and social media integration, do games give kids a space to explore who they are, or do they amplify feelings of inadequacy when compared to others? Compared to other...
It says others.
compared to other people?
Uh-oh.
Compared to other forms of activity?
Well, I mean, Linus said when they compare themselves to the image they're seeing and do get a feeling of
He's a
inadequacy.
dude. It's got to be like 100 times worse for girls,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they talked about it when I was a kid, and that was from magazines and stuff. It wasn't something that was in my face 24/7.
Pretty in your face, but yeah.
It wasn't as constant as it is now.
On TV and commercials and all that stuff. It was in your... You're right. I mean, it wasn't in your pocket.
Right.
Begging you to stare at it the rest of
I
your
mean,
life.
I always thought I was hot growing up. I didn't care what the other people would.
All the old men molesting you, probably. That must be hot. All the old men want to molest me.
The young ones, too.
Right.
Couldn't walk down the halls at school without being groped.
I'm a rape target. I'm hot. That's a healthy thing to get out of that. I mean, the good news with the boys with the phones in their pockets, they're not looking at the girls anyway.
She doesn't look like this girl, this AI character on my phone.
Although when Daisy was in middle school, she said the boys used to do that, run around and hit their asses and keep
Really?
running. Yeah.
My kids acted appalled when they heard about that happening. They were in different schools. They
7th
never
grade,
went.
I think.
They never went to public school.
They do.
Not a
Charter
norm.
schools are public schools.
I know, but it's not a normal public school.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think give them space to explore who they are. Like, I don't know what that means in the context of video games.
I don't know
We're
how a
so
video
confused.
game gives you space to explore who you are at all. It sets the stage and the world for you.
Yeah.
It's telling you what you can explore. You're not making up any of the rules yourself.
Yeah. It's all horse pucky. Do competitive games promote healthy rivalry or toxic competitiveness? In the context of video games?
Yes.
I don't know. In the context of competitive sports, I think it's healthy rivalry, depending on coaches and parents and all that. It can
There
certainly
aren't
be
any
toxic.
coaches or parents when it comes to video games.
What?
When it comes to video
Sure.
games, competitive video games, there aren't coaches. You don't set them up
Right.
with team. Although I guess now they do because they even have an e-games club at the kids' school where the kids go and compete and stuff like that.
I think it's unhealthy because of that nauseous feeling you get. It doesn't matter, you know, like,
I wonder though if there's a difference when they're with a bigger group and they're all sort of learning together. You don't know. What you
I
say
do
you
know.
know.
I used to go to this fucking in Korea where they'd all sit there and play video games. I mean, they had huge fucking. They were nice too.
But did they have a coach telling them what to do and how to do it and stuff?
I don't think that makes a difference.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That seems strange to
I
me.
think the point is they're sitting here, you've got all this adrenaline, and
Yeah.
all you're doing is moving your thumbs.
I mean, we
You
did
know,
it.
like,
I mean, we did it with,
yeah, we played video games.
yeah, we had the Atari and we'd invite all the kids. We were the only ones in the trailer park. Atari in the beginning. And all the kids would come.
As if you did it for too long.
I mean, the
You
whole
feel
time you're just sitting there waiting for the other kid to get off and getting annoyed with them because you want to take your
Now
turn.
we'll just watch the other kid play. So I don't want to talk about that anymore. If you can't tell. That one, I just don't get it.
I don't think competitive
I'm the
video.
old man.
I don't think competitive video games promote healthy rivalry or toxic competitiveness. They
No, I agree.
either one. They don't promote anything.
Yeah. They promote stupid.
Hmm.
It's all unhealthy. In games where kids face off against strangers, strangers. You mean weirdos? What kind of emotional impact does constant winning or losing have on their mental health?
That didn't go the way I thought it was going
Me neither. I was like, what are the risks of them coming to get your kid? They're gonna snatch them.
Is there constant winning or losing? Isn't it sort of, I don't know.
What are you doing, monkey?
Maybe constant losing would encourage them to quit playing it and go outside.
Maybe if they lost the fucking video game console.
Right.
There's your losing. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I imagine either way you
I mean, I think it's a negative emotional impact. Like,
winning or losing.
yeah.
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 Are video games a form of escapism? What are you doing? You better be back before your friend gets here. What are you getting?
Starbucks and yeah, your time.
None of my money.
Bye.
Right. Um, what kind of oh, are video games a form of escapism for kids? And if so, is that always a bad thing? Escapism's not a bad thing. Video games are.
I definitely think they can be a form of escapism.
Sure. So is heroin.
So is TV.
Yeah.
So can reading. Reading can also be a form of escapism.
I feel like TV is less damaging because it doesn't build up, like I said, adrenaline.
I think it does.
I don't think so.
I think so. I remember the sick feeling when we'd watch movies
Too
all
much
day.
TV. Yeah, that's true. Staring at the screen.
And if it's a bunch of violent shows and stuff or whatever, you can start to feel that angstiness there too.
Maybe. I think video games are worse
I don't know.
because you're doing something. Remember Sean's dad? His thumbs turned black from playing that video game?
That is insane.
It was crazy. His wife threatened to leave him. That's when he got rid of it.
Oh, he got
The
rid of
Legend of Zelda.
Jeez. He didn't
He
beat
ran up
it?
bills. Remember they had that 900 number? He'd run up bills to like get hints and clues on what to do.
Was that before the
Like
internet?
expensive bills. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was crazy. His thumbs, he showed him, they were like black.
That's insane.
He's like, I can't stop.
Did he never beat it?
I don't know if he ever did. He might have, but then they had Zelda 2 come out.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. She's like, nope. That shit's gotta go or I'll go.
Mm-hmm.
So he quit. No, he was fucking addicted.
That's
And he knew
insane.
it was a problem. Like,
Yeah.
because he and I would talk about it. Be like the only time he'd stop playing when I came over because we'd talk. Remember life?
I mean, it goes back to leaving your house. Get out of the house.
I know, but he was never like a lazy guy. He was
Yeah.
always up and moving, until the video game fucking got him.
That's crazy.
So when I say that about heroin, like, it's an addiction. It
Oh,
really
yeah.
is.
I mean, they write the games to trap you. They want to keep
They do.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing with the TV shows, too. They try to keep you engaged. They want
Yeah,
everyone
they
to
do.
watch them.
That's
And
right.
if anything, that's gotten worse with streaming because now there's no commercials and stuff. And you can just watch them one after the other after the other. Right?
Yeah, but now they're introducing commercials back. All the
Yeah, that's funny, right? I guess the product
funny.
placement isn't working as much as actual
and the
commercials.
subscriptions, they're not enough to cover their costs or to make the profits they want.
Yeah,
They're certainly enough to cover their costs.
yeah. But I don't think escapism is always a bad thing in any way, shape, or form. But moderation in all things.
Maybe. You can read as much as you want. As many books as you want. Escape that way. I'll never have a negative thing to say about it. Keep reading. Eventually it'll lead to good things.
I mean, I was constantly reading when I was younger.
I stand corrected.
That was my point.
Never mind. Escapism's always a bad thing. Oh. pressures of school, social media, and peer relationships, do games provide a necessary outlet, or do they just delay important real-world challenges?
What's the pressure of social media?
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Let's ignore that part first.
Okay.
A necessary outlet, definitely not. Fucking
No.
make art, play
Yeah,
sports.
that's a better.
These are real outlets.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think it's an outlet. I think it makes it worse. Whatever the pressure is, I think it
I don't know
builds.
about it delaying real world challenges. That's a weird way the challenge will always be there. It's not going to be delayed. It's still there.
When you're having to deal with the real world. I mean,
Yeah,
we said it's an escapist thing, right? So
right. Yeah.
it is definitely doing that.
Hmm.
But
And it's definitely not necessary at all. There's many things you can do.
many better things.
Hmm. And
That's why.
if you want to be specific, what's the pressure that you're talking about? Like you definitely, if you have a pressure of making good grades or doing your homework, don't play video games. Go do your homework.
Things are opposed to each other. Yeah. There's so much pressure. I need to play this video game. It's not gonna make it
No,
better.
no, no. No, don't use that. And
Plus the
no.
pressure of social media. Let's get to that.
Mm,
I don't know what that means because
trying to make you live up to a
I'm
standard.
old. Like,
Yeah, I don't
I
know
mean,
what.
you're trying to make money on social media.
Or that you haven't done the Tide Pod challenge yet. I'm feeling pressured to eat some laundry detergent.
Yeah, I don't know what the pressure of social media is. Maybe what they were talking about, like self-image and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
to me, it's maybe the word necessary is fucking it up, right? They might provide an outlet, but it's the worst possible one next to heroin and meth. At least on meth, you're going to be, active, doing something. Remember that guy in his truck, the meth head that lived next to you, always washing his truck?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
His
He was a nice
girlfriends,
guy.
when he got mad and beat his girlfriends, they'd come spend the night with me.
Yeah.
He was a nice
Cleaning his truck.
he was a nice guy. It wasn't like he ever tried to take it out on me or anything, and he'd always be apologetic. He was just dumb. It's not like when they left and came over to my house, he's doing his thing again. He didn't come banging on the door.
No, he wasn't a bad person, except for beating a couple of bitches.
Don't do drugs when your girlfriend's over. That's the lesson for you to learn. Yeah, he wasn't bad.
He was actually really nice.
He was always
He
looking.
invited me over. I went over there and had a beer, and he's like, "You want to smoke? Come on." I'm gonna leave now.
He would watch out for me too, and,
Oh, yeah.
and the neighborhood kids. He was always watching out for everyone.
Yeah, he was a nice guy.
Just don't date him.
I mean, who knows what they did? They probably deserved it.
I think we're about to get canceled now. This is the show we get canceled on. How far did we make it?
All Lane's fault for saying that about social media. Somehow led to the meth head next door. Just remember, he was very clean. When I went in his apartment, it was very clean.
I mean, his truck was immaculate.
Yeah. Except he'd always drive it up on the curb. Remember, they had to bitch at him. Yeah, they said, I can't do that anymore. Oh, it is kind of stupid.
Well, he was trying to keep it away from other cars. He didn't want people dinging it and stuff.
Yeah, he loved that truck.
Mm-hmm.
He may have dinged a girlfriend here or there.
But his truck was free of dings.
Yeah, that'll be it. We'll be done after that.
Real nice guy.
He really was. Moving on. How does the story-driven aspect of modern games impact a kid's development of empathy and decision-making skills?
The only thing that really helps a child develop empathy or have better decision-making skills is your involvement with your kids.
Yeah.
There isn't any TV show, any video game, any book that's going to take the place of you.
And by the by, there's no story-driven aspect of modern games. If you think that's a story, again, pick up another fucking book. It isn't.
Right. That is true. I mean, I don't see
decisions in a game. What?
I don't see how it can help you develop empathy at all.
I think it does the opposite.
Yeah, I agree.
If anything.
Because you kill something and it comes right back to life. How do you have any empathy for that?
And it's a game.
It tells you to kill that. You have to kill this many people to level up. You know? How's that developing empathy? It's not.
Yeah,
Okay, what's the next one? I cut you off. That one annoyed me.
No, you're good. You read it.
If kids make moral decisions in a game. Wait, if kids make moral decisions in a game, do they carry over into real life or do they separate game actions from real world ethics? What kind of moral decision do they make? To kill or not to kill? All the games are centered around killing things. They all
I remember
are.
in Final Fantasy, like the first, maybe it was the first one, I don't remember, but there was like a blind guy who would sell shit, and you could like give him a copper and take whatever you wanted. But it would like negatively impact you in the game. And there was like this death skull that you had that was evil, and it would just kill everybody. But it would negatively impact you in the game. That's the only thing I can think of that ever did anything like that.
But it was encouraging you to make a more nice decision because it would have a negative impact.
Yeah. That was interesting.
They don't do.
But
I don't know if they do that.
A game.
Yeah.
So it didn't impact the way I would act.
If anything, I think the games encourage you to be immoral because you can get away with it. Even if it has a negative impact in the game, people would still do the bad thing because they thought it was funny.
That's all I ever did.
Yeah.
And I also didn't care about the game. That's all I was trying to win.
Well,
I
and
played it like twice, I think, in my
yeah,
life.
there are games where you can kill the good guys or the non-player characters, the ones that are just standing there selling things. You can just kill
Oh,
them.
yeah, yeah. That's right. That's the fun part.
Yeah, a lot of people have fun with that. If anything, it
That doesn't mean you're going to go up
discourages.
and kill shopkeepers in
Yeah,
real life.
yeah. If anything, it discourages moral decisions.
Yeah.
I mean, the more you do that,
Or he didn't say, he said if they make moral decisions, that could be good or bad, right? Like you're making a decision. Does that carry over into real life?
I hope not. Because if the moral decision carries over, does that mean the immoral one carries over as well?
I don't think he's saying moral as you chose the right path. It's just as you chose a path, whether it's good or bad.
Oh,
I don't know the answer because I don't play video games.
I don't know I would think no, it does not carry over in real life. Otherwise, you're giving credence to the people that say, you
Video
know,
games cause this bullshit.
yeah, yeah. I mean, if you're starting to have your game actions come into the real world and then you're playing too much video game. Like it goes back to getting attached to the town you
Yeah.
built, like that, getting attached to it. That,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Go outside.
Yeah,
Look around.
yeah. Find out when you jump from the roof, you don't bounce, you get hurt. Yeah, doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be an idiot. Let's start there.
Yeah. I mean, I have a hard time believing that you can't separate the real world from the game. I can understand getting attached to the game if that's all you're doing, but I don't understand how anyone can.
I mean, unless you have like a mental disorder, like some
Yeah,
kind of schizophrenia or something.
yeah, maybe
You're
then.
detached from reality already.
Mm-hmm.
It might be more confusing, but
Yeah,
I think we're talking about normal people.
yeah, agreed. What does that? Oh, I was reading the next one. Are we giving teens too much of a pass when it comes to gaming addiction? What do we mean by a pass? Like it's okay to be addicted to a video game?
I'm not.
I know you're not.
I don't give them a fucking pass when it comes to gaming, period. Fuck addiction. But society?
Probably.
I don't know. I mean, a pass when it comes to addiction?
I don't know that people are really talk about game addiction that much.
They don't.
Mm-hmm. So
Well,
in
they
that,
should.
yeah,
Maybe we are giving them a pass.
yeah, yeah.
To that point, because we don't talk about it as an
Mm-hmm.
addiction. I mean, the only people who talk about it are the Republicans who blame gun violence on it, which is stupid too, right? That's the only time.
Why do you think it's only
It's all
Republicans
the
that
video
do? I think
games.
Democrats blame it on it too.
Do they?
Mm-hmm. Maybe excuse it because of it more. Democrats maybe use it more as an excuse and
Gun violence? No. They blame guns all the time. That's all they
well, yeah, that's true.
They never talk about video games or music. It's guns. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, maybe we should talk about game addiction more because if you really look into it, they do talk about, I mean, the studies show that the things the game developers do are meant to make you addicted to it.
sure.
The
And maybe not even by design, but just
No, it's by
by
design.
consequence.
It's by design. That's why
I
you
think it's
have,
more by consequence because people play the games. I mean, there's no advertisements, right? In old school games, I guess in apps there are.
Mhm.
So That's more about
But
screen
even
time.
in old school games, they give little milestones where, yeah, you got a level, and it makes you want to get more and more because you're being encouraged to stay and play it. And then they sell add-ons, they sell part two of the game and stuff like it's all money making.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, they sell add-ons to games,
Yeah.
so they're not like cartridges anymore.
Damn.
Nope.
All right.
I mean, some of them might be. I don't know. Even the games consoles connect to the internet and you download stuff.
Really? So like what do they use? PS3? Is that still a thing? Is that what they play?
I think it's past that one now.
Oh.
Xbox and
There's no like cartridges or CDs.
you can have cartridges, but you also connect to the internet and download stuff, add-ons and things like that.
What's the point of the cartridge?
I don't know.
Uh,
That it has more room and space. I don't know. Most of it now, like the Xbox and PlayStation, they either have cloud connections or you have hard drives on them.
hmm.
And there's another thing to pay for, a bigger cloud for your
Right.
games.
Subscriptions and all
Yeah,
that
yeah,
shit.
yep, yeah.
That's the way to make money.
Mm-hmm.
In which case they want to addict you because you need more. Need more space for all this shit. You want this add-on, you're gonna need more space.
It is interesting because I think it's an addiction for adults too, not just teens.
God knows, Natalie. Like most of the Thai husbands, that's all they do with their free time is play fucking video games.
Really?
Yeah. They
Really?
talk about it when they come over here. Like we'll have a party and they'll sit there and talk about video games. Like,
What the heck?
you guys want to go? And some of them, like one of them's a good drummer. Like,
Yeah.
let's go play drums, dude. Come on, let's play some music. Fuck. Why the fuck are you playing video games? Though after he came over here, he ended up buying a kit, and he's gotten a lot better now.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. He's like, God damn, I miss playing drums.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. He had an electronic kit, but he's like, it's just not the same. I know. I know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, at what point do we draw the line between hobby and problem, especially when gaming takes priority over social, academic, or physical activity?
I don't think video games are ever a hobby.
I think you answered the question. If it takes priority over any of those things, it's a
But
problem.
it's still not a hobby. I don't think you can call a video game a hobby. Like, do you call
If you have
board
it like a
games?
console and people come over and you play together, like
I wouldn't consider that a hobby. I consider something creative a hobby. Video games, if someone told me that their hobby was playing video games,
that's a good point. Oh, you're a piece of shit.
how's that a hobby?
I don't want to know you.
Well, I don't need to know anything else about your hobbies.
Yeah, that's true. Hobby. So how do you define hobby then?
That's what I was
Something that's
saying.
stupid?
A hobby would be more, I don't know, creative, active,
Yeah, it'd
something.
be like my hobby is watching TV.
I guess people do say their hobby is reading.
I don't think so. I've
Mhm.
never heard anyone say that.
I did.
You said your hobby is reading?
I don't know if I said it, but I've heard people say it. I'm going to look up the
Really?
definition of hobby.
Hobby and reading even seems weird to me.
Yeah,
It seems like hobby needs to be something active that you're
right.
doing. Something.
Well, look, here's the definition of hobby and an activity
There you go. See? Active.
done, but listen to the rest. An activity done, oh my gosh, this is hilarious. An activity done regularly in one's leisure time for pleasure. And here's their sentence. Her hobbies are reading and gardening. You stand corrected.
You sit corrected. That's funny. I wouldn't think of reading as a hobby.
I might have you said my hobby was reading when I was young because I read so freaking much.
No, no.
But then I did crocheting and knitting
Yeah, that's what I
too.
was gonna say. You used to crochet. Like that to me is a
I
hobby.
definitely said that was a hobby.
Yeah. You did calligraphy, that was a hobby.
I did do calligraphy, but I don't ever think I called that a hobby.
But it is.
Yeah. The second definition is a small
I think
horse
of
or
a hobby as
pony.
something you could do professionally
Mm-hmm.
if if you were good and dedicated at it, you know? Like even crocheting, like you could do that and turn that into something. Calligraphy even, you could do that.
So this person said, anything you enjoy, I'm looking at Reddit, anything you enjoy that doesn't make money is a hobby.
My hobby is masturbating. Like, I could probably make money at it. I'm really good at it.
Oh my God. You don't make money.
We'll try that on the next podcast.
Gross. I'm done. Here's one. Here's a definition someone gave. Anything you can get engage in someone else to have a meaningful discussion about.
Engaged?
Anything you can engage
No.
in someone else.
Like the masturbating. My
I,
hobby.
well, I don't know if masturbating engages in them.
You can culminate
My
in that
hobby
way.
is nymphomania.
Depends on if they're awake or not.
Oh my God. Someone's asked, is watching TV a hobby? No one mentions video games in this discussion.
Well, if watching TV is, then video games definitely are.
Yeah, but they didn't say watching TV. They're asking, is watching TV a hobby?
What they say. What's the answer?
Someone said that depends. What are you watching? I don't know. Whatever is on is not a hobby.
So what does that mean? Like, I know what I'm watching is a hobby.
They said being able to talk about the movie, it absolutely makes it a hobby.
People are stupid.
But it's funny, they still haven't said video games in here. Open mics. That's a hobby.
Yeah, I could see that.
Mm-hmm. And chess. They said chess counts as a hobby.
Sure.
This person says, here's some examples of hobbies: reading, hiking. Everyone has reading as a hobby in there.
It's a hobby?
Hiking, gardening, painting, building models, cooking, skiing.
I agree with everything but reading. I mean, I'm glad people are thinking about reading.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but it's not what I would call a hobby.
This one says a hobby is something you do that you enjoy and which solidifies or expresses your sense of identity. So it'd be sad to say video games is your hobby. Now, this person says playing chess online qualifies because there's a hypothetical community to give context to your identity.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Listen, however, if you
nerd.
right, however, if you were just playing online, the limitation is that online you aren't part of a community, you're just a name on the screen.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't even read the rest. I'm bored.
Doesn't matter. Fine, let video games and reading be a hobby.
No one said video games are. The closest they said is chess.
They said watching TV, right?
One person said about TV or movies.
If watching TV is a hobby, so is video gaming.
I don't think watching TV is a hobby.
I don't either. But video games would be closer to a hobby than watching TV, I think.
This one says a lot of people.
Trying to defend video games.
Here's a lot of people listen to music as a hobby. I don't think listening to music can be a hobby.
I can see like going to live music events. Maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This one says, or going to concerts. So I think they're equating the two.
Just sitting down and listening to music.
Yeah, see, they go on to say, I listen to music and I enjoy it, but I don't consider it my hobby, as the most I commit to it is listening to songs I like. So just listening to it's not the hobby. Going to the shows and stuff would make it more of a hobby.
But the real question is, what the fuck difference does it make?
What do you mean?
If it's a hobby or not?
What was the question?
What point do we draw the line between hobby and problem?
Oh.
So let's change the word hobby to something to do.
It's not a hot. Video games aren't hobbies. You know.
Whatever.
Yeah,
you know what the
I see
gist
what you're
of the
saying.
question is
Yeah.
between just something for fun versus a problem. What point do we draw the line?
If you're letting it impact you emotionally or you're getting emotionally attached to it, then it's a problem.
I mean, that's what he said, especially when it takes priority over social, academic, or physical activity.
That's when it's a problem.
Yes, that's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
You answered your own question. It's no longer something just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
When you say, wait till I finish this, when your mom tells you to come help with something, it's a fucking problem. Pause the game, get the fuck up, and come home.
You're not allowed to play games you can't pause.
Yeah. Let me get to a save point. Let me unplug your fucking thing. Now you're at a save.
Mom, please don't throw away the computer. That one's mine.
Your mic's gone. What happened?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said, Mom, please don't throw away my the computer. That one's mine.
Right.
Running out of the bathroom
you
naked.
shouldn't have this shitty brother.
He heard me. He comes out of the shower naked. Wait, don't throw it away.
You think I can tell you two apart? I don't give a fuck. You both lost your privileges.
I
mean, it's
did
like in the army, right? When they all got to run up the hill. 'Cause
I
one
did
guy
do
flies.
that. I did do that. I told Luke. Oh my God. Next time you do something wrong, I'm punishing Linus. He
I do it
was,
to Lucy. If Daisy fucks up, I'll slap Lucy. What are you doing? Would you prefer I slapped you?
yes.
She's like, I don't know what to say.
I told Luke, he's like, that's not fair. I'm like, it is fair because when Linus messes up, I'm going to punish you. We know which one of you messes up the most.
You better get that boy in line. I mean, that's what I used to do when I was teaching English. The kid that acted up, I'd recruit as my enforcement guy. You make sure everyone else stays in line, and then you walk around. Whatever. Suddenly, he's not disrupting the class. He's controlling the class for me. You're my lieutenant. They loved it.
I remember I had that teacher that used to punish the rest of the class when I would act up.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thankfully, none of them were smart enough.
And they'd be like, why aren't you making Natalie do it? And he'd say, because she's my favorite student.
And this is why you were not very popular in that grade. Fuck that bitch. Made us do more work.
Everyone has to outline the chapter because Natalie's laughing again. It did not curb my laughter.
I was telling Daisy about that time the Spanish teacher dragged me and my desk out into the hall. Me and Greg. She's like, why? What were you doing? I'm like, I don't remember. I was probably talking. But it wasn't like mean. Like, we still liked the guy.
Yeah, I was fine with the teacher.
I think we were laughing while he was doing that. Like, this is funny.
I never got mad at that teacher either.
I loved him. He was a great teacher.
I thought it was weird. I'm like, what? I don't understand. Or he'd tell him, Natalie and I will have a talk about it after class. And after class, no, I'd stay and wait, and he'd be like, "You're not going to do that anymore, right?" And I'd say, "Yes, sir." And he'd say, "Okay." I'd leave.
You're like, do what? Did I do something?
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
I can't hear what you're saying. I'm underwater.
And get the big-eyed blank stare. What?
I remember when I was in that army jail or whatever. I made some joke to some guy, and he like jumped up like, "What the fuck did you just say?" Like, huh?
I don't remember.
I don't even know what I just said.
I don't remember.
Why are you so upset? But there was this fucking Mexican guy from San Antonio who like glommed onto me for some reason. He like jumped up like, "You better sit the fuck down or I'm gonna crush your head like a pimple." What's going on?
We always had to have someone else defend us.
Yeah. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Well, I was always oblivious to what I did to piss someone off.
Yeah. I made some joke about his girlfriend fucking someone else while he was there.
I don't know why that would piss him off.
Maybe she was.
Probably, but why would that piss you off? If it was the other way around, you would too.
Oh, hit a nerve, did I?
That's like Grandma when Papa came back all pissed off. Someone saw you downtown with that guy, blah blah blah, and she's like, Bob, you tell me yours, and I'll tell you mine.
He's like, never mind.
Remember when I told that story and Jason got so mad? You better not do anything like that. And I'm like, well, then don't go overseas for months at a time.
Or better yet, do. San Antonio's a big town. It ain't Warner Robins.
Right? No, Grandma was in San Antonio at that time.
Was she?
Yeah. It wasn't that big back then. Grandma was funny.
She was fun. She was a nut.
Tell me yours and I'll tell you mine. Well, that was the last question.
Yeah, a little bit.
We went to Zone Outland. Let's look at our thinking spots.
We spent like an hour fucking deciding what hobby meant. I don't know. What are you thinking? Let's read the definition. And still not know what it means.
Let's pretend the question doesn't say hobby. Wait a minute, we're back to you answered your own question.
That's right. The same thing we said when we first read the book.
But it's going to become a learning activity.
So dumb.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, The Things They Carried is the book she has to read. They're all reading it.
Mm-hmm.
It was written in 2009, so it can't be any good. I don't believe there's been any good authors since, like, the Beatniks, maybe. Those are the last good writers.
Is that the last time you read?
Or before me. I guess there's some good ones. Was Hemingway after them? Probably not. I think he was before them. I don't have a good sense of time.
Yeah, what year is it?
All right. Enough of that shit.
How much water have you been drinking?
Not enough.
I'm getting
Not enough
hot.
to forgive you.
To forgive me.
I make one mistake in 20 years.
I think we've discussed a couple of your mistakes during this podcast.
I mean, the whole thing's about children.
I've made 3 mistakes.
Yeah.
I guess I win.
Do you?
Our kids should never watch this podcast.
They know it's all just jokes.
People are gonna be like, they're calling their children mistakes.
Well, those Most people haven't met our children.
I'm not
They have
calling.
no room to
I'm
judge.
not calling just my children mistakes. I'm calling all children mistakes.
But all your
Don't worry,
parents are stupid.
I'm all inclusive.
But the other parents are stupid, so they're too dumb to recognize their mistakes. You have to learn from them.
Yeah, it took me 3 times to learn.
Some people aren't good at learning. You're a dyslexic parent.
Dyslexic.
You've got a learning disability.
Oh. Yeah, this is the one that's going to cancel us.
Good, then we won't have to do this anymore.
Whatever, we're going to do it anyway, regardless of whether we get recorded.
We won't have to record it anymore.
They don't realize it takes us 20 minutes to start recording.
You guys missed all the good shit in the beginning. That's when we really fuck up.
Well, I guess I better go cook for the family.
All right, sis. I love you.
Love you too. Do you think we argued in this one?
I don't think so.
I don't either. We'll find out what Lane thinks.
No, you guys were arguing the whole time.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Disclaimer: everything we say is a joke.